And good evening. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we've been having severe weather overnight and this afternoon, we get our first one of the daytime in the local area with Clarke County and Jasper County now going under a severe thunderstorm warning. Overnight, we had about 5, but it never really got close. We did have some heavy rain that blew through that was quick. This is, we've been watching this out to our west. Let's go ahead and pull up Meridian Honda radar so you can get a good look at this. As we look at Clarke County, now southern Lauderdale County, a little bit of rain. We'll explain all of this blue in a minute. Right now our focus is south of here, and as the National Weather Service told us earlier this morning, this would most likely be an afternoon of south of the Meridian area, south of I-20, and that's what we've got. As you'll see, we've got some around Taylorsville popping in. Right now, let's focus on Jasper County. Let's turn on our locations. As Jasper County, under this also, a little bit of it anyway. As we look at this, the line starts right here. This is going to be at Lake Edens. If you're at Lake Edens, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. And as we see this is going all the way until 5:45. About 30 minutes remaining on this. This is the line. Now, the heavier rain is going to lie right here in between Paulding there at the courthouse as it makes its way right on over toward right here on that line, coming right through the middle of Lake Edens. It'll be more of that eastern side of it. As it comes across into Clarke County, we'll see that we've got a lot of rain coming down now at Pachuta. As we look at this right there, Highway 512, look at the rain on that's coming in. We come across and we follow this all the way 18 as you make your way toward Quitman on Highway 18. By the time you get right here to Harmony Baptist Church, it's going to be heavy, heavy rain. That the intensity with this will pick up in about 3 miles as you get into this sharp curve on 18 before you make it all the way into 145. Let's look at this. This is going to be White Oak Church, and where the cemetery is, all through here, it is dumping buckets of rain. And again, as I've mentioned, these areas, it's hard to see when it's this hard, and that's what's coming down right there at the moment. So if you're out and about for any reason this afternoon in Clarke County, keep that in mind. Let's see here. Indicated. All right, we are getting some reports, and this is going to be just to the west of Clarke County. This severe thunderstorm warning over here indicating that there is a lot of hail involved with the Jasper, Jones, Smith County area there. That come out just a second ago from the National Weather Service, and we'll move back and look at that in a minute. But first, we want to finish this as we look at Clarke County. Not finish, but look at it more closely. As we move up 145 toward Quitman, let's look at this. Look at the rain that picks up, and this will start right around here, around Oak Pleasant Cemetery, over at the Elwood Cemetery. All of that area, heavy rain, and by the time you get in here to the Chickasahee River, it's going to be heavy. Right here where the Confederate Cemetery is, all the way into downtown Quitman. Look at the rain that we've got. Y'all see that? That's heavy, heavy. And if you're there right now, you know what I'm talking about. This will travel all the way out past Archusa, on out probably a couple miles just past right here at Cooper's Chapel, about 2 miles due east of there where the intensity will be. We go northward here, and it's still heavy rain as you get almost back to 45. Am I right that there's a bridge out right here right now, right along in there? I think it is. Right here, we've got the upper end of this here at Clarke State Park. That's going to be kind of where it tapers off and not so heavy. Now, we do have heavy rain coming in Stonewall all around Long's Fish Camp and where the Dollar General is there at Enterprise. But as you can see in the county, by far, this system right here, and it's raining heavy in Quitman right now, but in the next few moments, it's going to be even a little bit heavier. Now, as we see the leading edge of this storm, this just popped up. This is going to be making its way in toward Butler, Alabama. Butler, Alabama, you will have this in 26 minutes as we back out and look at the trajectory of this. Let's look at this. This gray area here is 30 minutes. And that puts it right there at the courthouse. Butler, Alabama. Y'all be ready. It's going to be a storm there. And this will be just shy of making it to Gilberttown. But Highway 17, anything east of Clarke County across that Bama state line on Highway 17, you're going to get a lot of rain and a storm is coming there. Now, there's no warnings over there, but yes, it will be a mess. And thank you, Bob. The bridge is out. I thought that I'd been told there was a bridge out. I was down a few weeks ago, but I went a different route. Moved out of Harmony. Clifton, we appreciate that. Appreciate you watching there. Kathy Parsons watching also. Virgil Regan, thank you for joining us here as we watch the weather this afternoon. A lot of folks here from Clarke County. And again, this is affecting everybody in Clarke County. Now, as we move up, let's look at this, and we're going to come back to all of this. As we move up here, let's get into, if you're coming off of 514 here back to Highway 45. By the time you make it to Mathis Peaches, look at that rain. All around Clarkdale High School, pouring rain. Now, this goes up just shy of making it to the city limits of Meridian. This is going to cut off at the big church, as I've heard it being called, the Evangel Temple, the big church on the hill. That's about where that rain line stops in Lauderdale County, cut short of making it out to the airport. Now, over at Structural Steel, rain there right up to about where the Pilot gas station is, and this is going to cut across east Highway 19 as it makes its way out to Charlie's. If you're out here, the Red Fireworks Barn. Rain coming down there around Southeast School, and even out at Why Not. Heavy, heavy rain there on 19. And I urge you, if you're traveling 19 this afternoon, be careful. We all know how that road is, how it interacts with you. It's just tough. We see wrecks there a lot. Today has been a day of one wreck after another. We've seen it. We don't like it, but it has happened. They've been everywhere today. Let's back out on this. Now, they've moved this due east. Let's do this before we look at the hail. The National Weather Service has updated this, and this is out of the city limits of Quitman now. If you live east of Quitman, let's look at our lines here. And again, this is going to be until 5:45. They have not changed the time on that. This is going to pick up as we look at our imaginary lines here. Right there. It's going to cut across right along in there. Do y'all see that? Right there. Here is Cooper's Chapel is the line that will move due north and come across below Carmichael. Right along in there. Now this again, this is moving pretty swift here as this makes its way toward Bama. But all this area here at Manassas, y'all be ready there on County Road 511. You haven't gotten the brunt of this yet, but it's coming. And same for you as well there at Shiloh. Y'all be prepared. Carmichael, Shiloh, all of these areas here. We'll get this here in the next few moments. Even just due north of 18 is where this is going to be. It's moved east now where Clarko State Park is, due east of there, and we'll follow 18 as it goes just about a mile north of Highway 18, this intersection right here. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. County Road 420, right there. As we look at that now, we're seeing that we do now have a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued across the Bama state line as we look at this. And let's pull this up so you can see it. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Choctaw County, Alabama until 5:45. At 5:14, a few moments ago, the National Weather Service located over Crandall, about 9 miles east of Quitman that we've been following here, moving east at 55 miles an hour. So this is going to move right across toward that area. That's what we've got to watch. So if you're in Bama, then let's look at your lines too, for all of you that are watching us there in Alabama. This is going to be right through downtown, just due north of Gilberttown, and it'll make it way right there. Toxie is the line, right due north of Bonner Memorial Cemetery, New Hope Church of God. Y'all are involved in this severe thunderstorm warning that's going to cut across here. Not a large area, but it goes up just due north of where the courthouse is, and we'll go right over to the river, right over in this area here, and come down. It's going to follow that back over to Toxie, a few miles in there. And again, a lot of this will be rural routes, but that doesn't matter. If you live on a rural route like a lot of us do, it's going to be a wet one for you. So y'all be prepared there. As we look at this storm, as it updates coming out of Clarke County for our friends there at Brightwater, also Needham, Alabama, you're going to be in this Bogalusa in 12 minutes. Land, Jackson Spur, all of these areas. See these little white dots? These are those towns that it is coming near. If you look at that Highway 17, if you live anywhere 17 from Toxie all the way to Butler, Alabama, batten down the hatches is fixing to get wet. And let's turn this off and let's pull this out. Let's go ahead as I've been beating around the bush and hadn't gotten to this. Let's go down and turn on our hail path and see what we've got in this. And Clarke County, has been getting it as we look at this. All of this purple, let's look at what we've got. Now, right due north of the hospital there at Jasper County, Bay Springs, due north of there on 15, there was a lot of hail that come across. A little bit of light hail just south of Lake Edens. But as we get here on Highway 11 just south of Pachuta, look at all that hail that come across, and Highway 18 in between 18 and 512. Look at all of that hail. Now, as we get closer to this, we'll look here just due north of Jay's. Jay may have even gotten a little bit there in Clarke County, next to the railroad tracks there, have gotten some hail. But this goes up, this intersection here, County Road 125 and 18, a lot of hail rolled through there. Just shy of making it into the city limits of Quitman, it would be right about where the Confederate Cemetery is, where it stopped. Not to say that Mother Nature couldn't have dropped a ice cube or two due north of there, but that's pretty much the line there. Now, as we come across, let's look at this out here east of where the landfill is. We got a lot of hail there also, and this would come on over right here through Manassas and all of this area. Look at the hail that came down on that. Yeah, it's a bunch, isn't it? As we look at this now, the leading edge of the storm, as you'll see, is right now on the state line. It is now crossing into Bama, cutting due east, across Highway 17. Again, as we look for our friends there, that's going to be Turner. You'll have this in 5 minutes. And also Needham, you'll have it in 8 minutes. Needham, Alabama. Y'all